I would say the first time I stepped on the mat was because I was looking to try something new. After doing dance and all that, I just wanted to try something out of my comfort zone. My first class, I basically went right into it and started doing drills, and I realized I was catching on fast, and this might be something I want to do. I kept showing up to see if my interest would grow for it, and after around 5 years of training and doing like small local competitions, I realized I wanted to fight just like my other teammates. After watching fight games, watching their success and how much fun they had, I thought in my head that's what I wanted to do. So I talked to my coaches about taking it to a higher level, and that's when one of my teammates recommended Marquez MMA. I feel like a big challenge in the MMA and grappling world is that females don't get as much recognition as males in the sport. So when it comes to competing on cards, super fights, matches, and brackets, most of the majority of the card will be males. It's also kind of hard to get matches because of how young I am. People underestimate me and don't want to verse me because of me being 15 and me being a lower belt. That's an overall problem though. In my own career, the real obstacle has been the distance of driving. It's an hour drive to get down to the gym. It's really time consuming. It takes up a lot of extra time out of the day. That's plus competing, me having wrestling practice, and still having school daily. But with that has come a lot of lessons as far as overcoming those obstacles and still showing up and being determined to get where I want to be. There are a few lessons I put towards my everyday life, but the biggest thing that has taught me is discipline. From cutting for wrestling to getting ready for jiu-jitsu fights, you do a lot of things you don't want to do. That definitely impacts the way you approach tough situations later. Being a female plus being so young in the sport, I've had a lot of people talk down on me and tell me I'm not capable of making it to where I want to be. But with that comes the biggest form of motivation for me. Just the fact that you know that there's people doubting you and that you know there's people doubting your dream makes you want to go so much harder and put all the work in. But not only to prove them wrong, but to prove to yourself that you can get to where you want to be. With the determination, and if you just show up, you can get there. Doesn't matter what anybody says.